Good evening, good afternoon. We have an audience of one. Welcome back to Cannon for the TV, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. And I'm sure my wife must be sick and tired of me saying the same thing. The channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. Audience of one. Yes, it's a late one, but it's going to be a short one. We are what, 35 minutes to the hour of 11 p.m. That's right, it's a late one over here. We're going to be reviewing the news of today as well as that Albert Sambi Lokonga news as well, unless you already know the news about Albert Sambi Lokonga. But we're going to get into this short evening show on the other side of this music intro. Audience of one. Yes, good evening, people. Welcome back again to Cannon for the TV, the channel. Remember what makes the point? The channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. Audience of one. Anyhow, we've got some news we're going to be reviewing from the earlier segment. I think it was like early this morning. And then we've got a little bit of a spice to add on with Albert Sambi Lokonga news. Now, before I get into this one, guys, I just want to give you guys a quick heads up what's going to be coming up for the next few days. So on Sunday, there will be a watch along with my brother Raz, and he's so proud to do that. He said, "Hey, bro, you know what I want to do?" I said, "Yeah, if you want to do it, then go ahead." So that's for the Community Shield. I think it's going to be a 3:30 kickoff for his live show. That's Community Shield on Sunday. And then on Monday, I'll be doing a live segment. And then on Tuesday, I can't wait for this one. I've got my good friend James Rowe coming back on the channel. We're going to be going through, I tell you what, it's going to be a hot one. Talking about the Arsenal Academy and why is it we seem to be letting go of players who really shouldn't be let go of. But make sure you tune in. That's going to be a 6 p.m. kickoff for that local time. But that's going to be it. And I think maybe from Wednesday there will be all pre-recorded content because we've got some family coming over from Colombia. Anyhow, let's get into this one. So that Sambi Lokonga news that we want to talk about is just coming actually. So Burnley reached full agreement with Arsenal over Sambi Lokonga deal. The new twist revealed, really? Well, Arsenal star Sambi Lokonga is set to sign for Burnley on the loan after a breakthrough in talks, sources have told a particular platform. A full agreement is in place between the two clubs, and the midfielder has made clear desire to join the Premier League new boys in the Clarets. Manager Vincent Kompany is key to the deal as Sambi Lokonga regards the Man City legend as his idol. There is a strong chance that a loan deal for Lokonga could include clauses for a permanent transfer next summer. How do I feel about this one? Well, I tell you what, easy come, easy go. I mean, I would have loved Sambi Lokonga to have stayed and cemented his position in the midfield there because I'm sure when we brought him almost 2 seasons ago that he was supposed to be the replacement for Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka is no longer here. So why are we like loaning this youngster out again? How can he prove himself if we don't keep him at Arsenal instead of keep loaning him out? I don't know. Do you understand what I mean? Surely we should be keeping him. You know, the numbers in midfield. I mean, Jorginho's not going to be here with us forever. Even Thomas Partey won't be here forever. They're both over the age of 30. Sambi Lokonga is nowhere near the age of 30. So why not, bread him in and then anyway. So Sambi Lokonga might be on his way out. Anyway, we go onwards. The next news segment, I'm going to try and remind myself what it is. What is it? Well, it's about this gentleman here. Does anyone know who this person is? Who is this person on the left or on the right? Well, if you don't know who it is, it's David Seaman. No, it's not David Seaman. It's, of course, Arsene Wenger. It's quite late over here. Anyway, After coming face to face with his statue for the first time, Arsene Wenger admitted that it was an emotional moment as he now feels part of the club forever. The legendary manager, at least, returned to the Emirates on Thursday, having been guest of honour at the game versus Monaco, and a club that he himself managed. And this time he had the chance to visit the bronze tribute depicting him lifting one of 3 Premier League titles. He was delighted that he will now always be synonymous with a hugely successful period of the history of the club. There's also claimed 7 FA Cup trophies, as well as played a major part in steering the club through the move from Highbury, I prefer the stadium there, to the current home at the Emirates, where we will always be a permanent fixture. He admitted that it's something he truly touched by. It looks a bit strange to look at yourself not moving, Arsene Wenger said, but it's emotional because it's an honour and overall. I always wanted to be a part of this club, and somewhere I feel part of this club forever, and that's where I want to be. So I'm happy because I am where I want to be. So congratulations to him. He's not my. He didn't make my top 4 managers actually. Top 4? No, so top 3. Yeah. So congratulations. He's got his trophy there, and I think it was right time. You remember what happened? You know, when the penultimate season that he had. You know, fans were fighting amongst themselves in and outside the stadium, and I think they did quite well just to kind of wait until things settled down and erect his statue. So well done to the Professor Arsene Wenger. Well done to him. The next new segment is heartfelt actually, and it's something kind of close to my heart, and I'll explain why. But let me read the segment. Aaron Ramsdale has revealed for the first time the pain of his wife's miscarriage. Also, goalkeeper speaks in a bid to help others who have experienced lost pregnancy. Ramsdale also pledges to end dressing room homophobia in Heartfelt Players Tribune article. Now, the England international has explained that he was already dealing with pain in his private life before the incident at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. He went on to say that there are things that go on in our lives that the public has no idea about, and the past year has been an emotional rollercoaster for me and my family. After the high of climbing to the top of the Premier League table and going off to my first World Cup, my wife and I found out that we were expecting our first baby. Now, Mikel Arteta gave me a few extra days off after the World Cup, so we went on a brief holiday. It was genuinely the happiest time of our lives. And yeah, there's no way to say this, but I feel like it's important that people know. On the flight home, my wife had a miscarriage. There's really no way that I can describe the pain that 6-hour flight back to London. Even now, I just want people out there to know that you're not alone if going through it themselves. Arteta offered Ramsdale additional time off in the middle of the title race with so much pressure on the club. For me, that's a manager, but he opted to play on. 3 days later, we were playing Spurs in that derby. For me, that was the only way to get my mind off things. Football has always been my escape. I told the manager I wanted to play, he added. So, to come out and talk about that, I mean, words fail me, you know what I mean? And why it's kind of close to me, because my partner at the time, I mean, we've had 2 kids together, a boy and a girl, and they're in their mid-30s now. So it happened, many, many years ago. She also suffered 2 miscarriages as well. So it was devastating even at that time. So I understand what he's saying. And yeah, we've got to be very mindful, because I've said on many occasions, we talk about football players as if they're just robots or just things. Players are human beings. So when they make the move from one club to another, or one club to our club, or from our club out to another club, sometimes to another continent, they've got to think about their family and friends. It's not only about, me, myself, and I. These are human beings. Human beings. So kudos to Aaron Ramsdale for coming out and just bearing his heart and his soul about the situation there. Yeah, so like he says there, don't if you're going through that or you've gone through that, don't feel like you're alone. I haven't left any kind of links, anything, to use Canon 4 TV or this segment as a gateway, so you can find help and support. But I'm sure if you look on Google, there must be some kind of agencies there who can help you through this emotional stage there. But Aaron Ramsdale, man, wow. Okay, we go onwards. So the next news segment is in regards to Gabriel Jesus, who I understand has suffered a knee injury. Now, Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta gives injury update on Gabriel Jesus. Arsenal manager said on Wednesday evening, Arsenal were back on home soil as they took on French League One outfit AS Monaco in the Emirates Cup final. Youssouf Fofana gave the visitors the lead after 31 minutes before Eddie Nketiah dragged the Gunners level with 2 minutes left on the first half. Now, after 90 minutes, the match actually was tied 1-1. Arsenal ended up lifting the trophy after winning 5-4 on penalties. Now, prior to the match, it was revealed that Arsenal star Gabriel Jesus had sustained a knee injury. The club tweeted that Gabriel Jesus missed tonight's game due to a knee issue and will be assessed. Now, speaking after the match against Monaco, Arteta said he had a little procedure this morning. He's injured, unfortunately. He has some discomfort in his knee that caused him some issues, so that had to go in. They had to go in. He added that he's going to be out for a few weeks. Now, I have seen there's been a bit of an update in regards to that, and apparently it's not as bad as first thought. But I think cautionary, he still needs to be out for some time to recuperate. I'm no doubt he'll be raring to go. But I'm just thinking, Gabriel Jesus has suffered quite a few injuries, even before he came to Arsenal. Remember, so as well, he suffered a few injuries there. But so this is the reason why I've got this gentleman here. Yeah, Balogun. Is he the answer? Well, listen, we've got no choice. We've got no choice. We've got Balogun and we've got Eddie Nketiah. No matter how you feel about these two players, where you're thinking Balogun, we need to cash in on him, or Eddie Nketiah, we need to sell him, we've got these players there. Why not use them? And as in football, whether the player goes off form or falls out of favour or wants to leave the club, in steps another player. And this is what's happening here. Gabriel Jesus, when he got injured after the World Cup, who stepped in? It was Eddie Nketiah. And I thought he did a really good job. I don't have his stats, mind you, but he did very, very well. And Gabriel Jesus is injured again. Excuse me. Eddie Nketiah and Balogun will do a good job. We've got to back them. We have to back them. And these or those have been the news segments. Yeah, almost just 10 minutes to the hour of 11 p.m. UK time. So what I need to do, I need to go into our Twitter feed and see if anyone has joined us there or retweeted or said something. But Jonathan, yes, our friends just around the corner in Colombia. Although I think Jonathan's probably still working out in Mexico. Jonathan, if you're watching, hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué más? ¿Qué hecho? All right, okay, so that's the only thing that we've had there. I think maybe everyone's probably sleeping. It was an early one, and that's a late one. So now I can go into the poll that we did. What was the poll question? Well, the poll question was related to the striking situation. And the question is, Gabriel Jesus is out. Do we need to buy a new striker? Choose only one. And I tell you what, 735 votes. 735 votes. 11 comments and 18 likes. Thank you so very much for that. Thank you. I do really appreciate that. So these are how the numbers have fallen so far. There has been some change in the percentages. So 23% say, no, we don't need to buy a new striker. And 77% of the votes say, actually, we do need to buy a new striker. Which side are you on? Go on the platform, check out the community tab, and vote to your heart's content. Right, so we've been running for just short, actually now, 15 minutes. It's going to be a short one, so run through these comments very, very quickly, and then we're going to call it quits. So Emerson says, even Alex, even to you. About the Arsene Wenger statue is located outside turnstile D&E in the north west corner. Right, okay, because from the morning show I was thinking, where is it? I mean, I know it's outside the Emirates, but where? North, south, east, west. So you say north, east. Okay, yeah, in the earlier show. Thank you for that. And did you know that all the players that have worn the number 8 as being injured in the season? I thought you ought to know that. Well, it's a bit of a stat I didn't literally want to know, but thank you nonetheless. I would opt for a loan signing, and I think Mitrovic, if the price is right for the loan deal. Well, I think I wouldn't say he's fallen out of favour with the Fulham faithful, because Fulham was my second favourite. Actually, Fulham was my first club I supported. Then the Arsenal came into the fold. I still love Fulham, but Mitrovic, he wanted to go to the Middle East, and Fulham put a hefty price tag on him just to ward off any potential buyers, and he was absolutely furious. Mitrovic, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I saw somebody mention about Ivan Toney. Why not? Why can't we just use the players that we have? We've got, yeah, in abundance. We've got Eddie Nketiah, and we've got Balogun, who's still untried and tested in the Premier League for a good old run. I mean, season before last, I remember, oh, he's playing. And that was a time when COVID was rife amongst the players there. So, yeah, okay, could be Mitrovic. Maybe some people, the 7 watching now, you might say, oh, why not Ivan Toney? But who do you think? I've seen Vlahovic. Who else have I seen? Somebody mentioned another player. I can't remember. In the poll that we just spoke about there. All right. That is it. That is it. A short show, 2 minutes short of 20 minutes. It has been a late one. I will be back tomorrow morning. Actually, will I be back tomorrow morning? I hope to be back tomorrow morning, giving some more live news. Yeah, maybe we might have a never update in regards to Gabriel Jesus. But as it stands now, yeah, Arsene Wenger finally got his statue outside the Emirates, and he feels like he's home and he's going to be here forever. But forever is a long time. And this has been Canon for the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world.